Hi everyone, it's Kim, and I wanted to tell you how my doctor's appointment went yesterday. I did see my surgeon, and he said that everything was going great. So I weighed in at 190, and that's a 60-pound loss since my surgery in 3 months. That was my 3 months checkup, and I also had 12 pounds prior to that, so 72 pounds total. Of course, his weighed in 2 pounds heavier than my scale. So, but anyway, I talked to him about my IVC filter because I still have that in place. And for those of you who do not know what that is, an IVC filter is something that they put in through your vein, and or your vein or through your neck. Anyway, it goes down and it sits below your heart, and it's like a little umbrella, a little tiny metal thing that keeps blood clots from going into your heart, lungs, or your brain. And the reason I had to have that in was because I had a blood clot when I had a knee surgery years ago. I had blood clot form in my calf, and they didn't want anything to happen during the surgery, so they put the IVC filter in. So I asked the doctor if we were going to take that out because that was the original plan, and he said that he was just going to leave it in due to me having that problem before. And that actually might be a good thing because now, where I had surgery on my right knee, I am having problems with my left knee now, and I have to see the orthopedic surgeon on Monday regarding my left knee. And then that brings up the question to my surgeon, what medicines can I take? And of course I can't take ibuprofen or Motrin because that can upset my stomach, even though I am on Prilosec. Um, but he said, to let him know who the orthopedic surgeon is, and he would get with him and tell him of my situation, basically, and what I can take and all that good stuff. I asked him about exercises, and he said that anything goes. Now I can do just about anything. Sit-ups. I was afraid to do sit-ups, didn't know what it would do yet, and aerobics and all that. But now with my knee, I have to do light aerobics till I figure out what's going to go on. A question I had, and I don't know if you all have it or not, but sometimes after I eat or drink something, my stomach gurgles, and I asked him what that noise was, if I'm overeating, am I doing something too fast, am I doing something wrong, and he said no. He goes, it's just like when air gets in a water bottle, and when after you take a drink and it gurgles, it bubbles, and that's something that's going on with my stomach. Yeah, I'm gonna put this behind me here. Um, it's when the food goes down or the water goes down, there's just some air that gets up there, and that makes that sound, so there's nothing to worry about. Um, I did get my little card that I can take in restaurants saying that I can order from the senior menu or the kids menu so I can eat smaller portions, and I'll have to pay for a huge meal that I can't eat. Another thing, I guess, was basically that was with all with the surgeon. Everything in my stomach, my incisions, lap sites, everything looked fine. He was very pleased with the 60-pound loss. Said I still have a year to lose, so things might slow down a little bit. And then when I went to my dietitian and talked to her, it seemed that I was not getting enough calories because I asked her in my journal. I keep a column for my protein, a column for my sugar, my carbs, my calories, and liquids. And she said that not to worry about my calories right now. As long as I'm getting at least 1,000 calories, then that would be sufficient enough for me. And exercising at least 30 minutes a day. But as I went through my journal, I've not been getting that many calories, and I was really worried about my liquid intake because I doesn't seem like I can get enough liquids. But she said for now, 48 ounces of liquid fluid with a goal of 64 ounces a day would be good, and 60 grams of protein with a goal of 70 grams of protein a day for me right now is good. So, and I was asking her, I am doing a protein drink once a day, but she added some things to me. I'm step 4 meal step 4 diet now, so I can add some fruits and vegetables to my diet and some more starches, which I don't want to add a lot, obviously, but I can do the toast, but I'm really leery about that, and some dry cereal, but then again I'm leery about that as well. As long as everything is whole wheat, she said, or a high protein version. But another thing that I found out, oh, and to get protein in, another little tip here, she told me that 2 tablespoons of non-fat dry milk powder, you can add that to your food, or your soups, or even if you were doing an instant breakfast, drink Carnation instant breakfast or whatever, just add 2 tablespoons of the non-fat milk, and you get 4 grams of protein for every 2 tablespoons. So that's just a little hint that she gave me. Found out that I am taking the wrong calcium pills. Now, I do take my prenatal vitamin and my vitamin B12 sublingual. I take that every morning. But I was also taking Caltrate, and it does have the D plus minerals in it, and which is good because they wanted me to have the vitamin D and the calcium. But problem was the calcium in Caltrate is calcium carbonate and not calcium citrate, which absorbs better. And another thing I was doing is I was taking them all at once, and I can't do that because I didn't realize that. I have to wait 2 to 3 hours after I've taken my prenatal and eaten and my B12, then to take the calcium pills. So I have to get either Citracal, and or I can go to Celebrate bariatric supplements, which if you type that in, it'll take you to their website. You can order online, and they're not too much expensive. You can get those chewable, or you can take them by pill. She wants me to take 1,500 to 2,000 milligrams of calcium citrate, separate from, of course, my prenatal vitamin. Another thing, let me see, what else did I ask her about? She tried to explain to me how, just to try to get my liquids in. Set my timer. I have like a little an hour timer that I would use to cook with, and to set my timer for an hour, and then every 2 minutes or so take a sip for an hour, and then see how much I can get in, and just to practice. And I don't have to wait the whole 30 minutes before meal to stop drinking. That I can like stop drinking in 15 minutes before meal, but I still have to wait 30 minutes after the meal to drink something. So looking over my little notes here and seeing if there's anything else that she told me was relevant. Well, obviously everything is relevant, but that I can tell you all. Oh, some websites. Because of my journal that I was keeping, my food journal, she said something that I might want to go to is the Realize website, or fitday.com, or sparkpeople.com, or thedailyplate.com. And I guess all of those you can add your food journal on there. And it's just some awesome websites, which I have Spark People up right now, and you can join for free. She said most of them are free websites. You can add your water, your fitness on there, your pounds lost, your calories burned. Yeah. So it looks like a pretty good website. It has some recipes in there. What was the other website I just went to? Pouchfriendly.com has some recipes on there as well. This may or may not be my last webcam. I'm not sure, so I have to have the internet taken off for a little while. But I will try to keep you up to date.